So move ahead. Ahead.
Endelea kutazama Capuchin TV. Kitambulisho Katoliki.
Hello and welcome to today's Catholic Focus News Bulletin. I am Susan Bulemi, and with me on the Sign Language Interpretation Desk is Eric Maluki. On June 27, 2026, HWPL Global Branch 12 hosted an interfaith dialogue in Nairobi on climate change and the responsibility to protect the environment. Religious leaders from different faiths emphasized the teachings of their sacred scriptures on environmental stewardship and underscored the importance of collaboration in promoting peace and preserving creation. Take a look.
The chairman Muslim Professionals League Africa, the CEO of Peace League Africa, and the vice chairman Africa Faith Actors Network on Climate Justice. Today we have gathered here under HWPL and we were looking at the dialogue of scriptures on how we can use our scriptures to deal on preservation of our environment, talking against issues to do with injustice, corruption, and also greed. And we were with the Muslim leaders, Muslim faithfuls, Christian leaders and Christian faithfuls, Baha'is and Hindus. And what we have learned today is that all religions advocate for environmental conservation. All religions are called for balance of this world, and all religions are called for moderation in everything we do. And we have learned that we need to start with something called ecological balance, where we should go back home and teach our people how they are supposed to work. For example,
my name is Surendra Bhatia. I'm the National General Secretary of the Hindu Council of Kenya. Today's discussion was a very, very informative discussion, especially with the environment. One of the biggest challenges which we face in this universe is the environment, and probably it is one of the least spoken about. Wars will come and wars will go, but the environmental degradation is increasing in intensity every year. And what role can we play as the religious leaders to bring about education so that we can bring our life, a way of life in a fashion that we protect this environment so that we are protected going forward. That was the discussion we had, and I think it was a very, very good discussion, very impactful discussion, where the role and responsibilities of each one of us as religious leader was clearly defined. Now we have a job to do to go back to our people and ensure that we build environmental protection in our way of life.
we can be able to see how to maybe not just plant trees, what can we do to mitigate the current situation at this particular point, and also what can we be able to do so that we can have a sustainable environment which we'll be able to enjoy for ourselves and our children and their children's children. So thank you.
So let us make sure that we take care of our environment so that this environment can also serve us by making sure that also it creates food, clean air, and so many things.
One of solution that has been offered is to develop ecological conversion, where people can understand the triangular relationship between human creation and the creator. To restore this relationship is very important for people to understand the spiritual dimension of creation, the need of this coming together as people.
And now we shift our focus to matters concerning health. As activities marking Men's Mental Health Month come to a close, mental health advocates are urging men to speak openly about their struggles and seek professional and community support, describing it as a vital step towards healing and emotional well-being. They warn that rising cases of drug and substance abuse, depression, low self-esteem, and domestic conflicts, some of which have turned fatal, highlight the growing mental health crisis affecting men across the country. Our reporter Maureen Kimani brings us this report on the growing call to support men's mental health beyond the Awareness Month.
Speaking during a mental health sensitization forum held in Tinganga Village, Kiambu County, participants emphasized the need to challenge long-standing societal beliefs that discourage men from expressing vulnerability or seeking help during difficult moments. The forum, organized by the Africa Center for Rehabilitative and Mental Wellness and Awareness Mobile Therapy Unit, brought together community members, mental health practitioners, and local leaders to promote mental wellness and address the stigma surrounding mental health conditions.
Come to do mental health awareness and mental health sensitization to the residents of Tinganga. Tunaangalia zile mashida zenye zinawakumba kiakili, pia tunaangalia different issues that they are going through and how sisi kama wana ACMWA tunaweza kuja kuwasaidia kwa hizi shida zao mbalimbali. Alafu this month being a men's mental health month, pia it's a good way of reaching out to the man and encouraging him and telling him that we are there and there are organizations that like this that are there to support men's mental health.
The organization raised concern over the growing number of men struggling with depression, financial pressures, family responsibility, and other life challenges, warning that untreated mental health issues can lead to harmful consequences for individuals, families, and society.
Many problems that tumepata here with the residents of Tinganga are there's alcohol, there's drug user, there's hard economic times, and these are all things that affect people's mental health. There's a lot of issues around mental health that are being brought by all these issues, and that is why we as ACMWA come in to sensitize and tell people that they are not alone in this and we can walk alongside them.
Mental health advocates noted that many men continue to suffer in silence due to cultural expectations that equate masculinity with emotional strength and self-reliance, making it difficult for them to seek professional help or confide in loved ones.
Ni ngumu sana kwa mtu mmoja kuelewa kwamba akili yake sio timamu, na ni mbaya sana kukosa mtu unaweza ongelesha kwa jinsia yoyote kwa jambo lolote ambalo zinakusumbua. Ni muhimu sasa tuamke kama vijana na tuanze kuhubiri injili ambayo itaweza kushikanisha watu wote, iwe mama, iwe msichana, iwe mvulana, iwe baba. Ikuwe kila mtu anataka ushirikiano na mwenzake.
As Mental Health Month comes to a close, stakeholders are urging men to prioritize their mental well-being, speak up about their struggles, and seek help without fear or shame. They emphasize that breaking the silence is the first step toward healing, while calling on families, community, and institutions to foster supportive environments where every man feels seen, heard, and valued. Reporting for Catholic Focus, I'm Maureen Kimani.
Such a wonderful report right there from Maureen Kimani, and also just a reminder, our dear viewer, for you to tune in tomorrow on the Family Faith Show, whereby we will be discussing more on matters concerning men's mental health awareness. Now, away from that and now focusing on the education sector, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, rather known as KUPPET, Murang'a branch, has threatened to withdraw from the Social Health Authority SHA medical scheme or take industrial action over what it describes as inadequate healthcare coverage and persistent service challenges. The union has faulted the 3,000 Kenyan shillings outpatient cap per visit, arguing that it falls short of the actual cost of medical treatment and places unnecessary financial burden on teachers. KUPPET also cited persistent administrative and operational challenges within the scheme, including delays in hospital admissions and cases where patients have been denied services at some private health facilities.
All teachers, when they visit hospitals, they are not treated, and when they get that treatment, it is delayed for over 6 hours. Mwalimu anaenda hospitali kutoka saa moja kwa mfano, ataona daktari saa 6 mchana. And even when they see the doctor, they are treated under 3,000, meaning kuna capping imewekwa ya 3,000. That is something that we are violently against, because kuna deductions inafanywa. We are paying our deduction from our pay slip. Na zinaenda kwanza mbili tena, then even at that point it is not sufficient. Now we are calling upon the government through TSC and our union at the HQ. Let this thing be reviewed upward, and we know it is sustainable if there is goodwill. What we know is that there is no goodwill from the government. We've been committed, and we even know that there is sufficient funds. There is sufficient funds to cater for that. Now, when we have a capacity of under 3,000, that treatment is not even recommended for a teacher. That is why they are having all that bad stress that is giving them instability when they are doing their work. On the same, we will petition to the Secretary General KUPPET to write to the TSC so that now we revert the pressure that is coming, because we are risking going to the streets for the strike, because when we have such a quagmire, and we don't know for how long it will be, we don't want this confusion. So, Mr. Akero Misori, kindly petition to the TSC. Let them know that we are not comfortable at all. And when I speak like this, I'm speaking on behalf of all Kenyans. Sure. I mean, all Kenyan teachers, because every time we are coming to the office, they're having a lot of troubled experience at the hospitals. So let us get the value for money.
A good example is an ultrasound. For example, for our lady teachers who are pregnant, and an ultrasound has been capped at 2,500 shillings. So a teacher is left with 500 shillings. So you ask yourself, with the 500 shillings, is this meant to see a doctor? Is this meant for medication or consultation? We want to assure the Kenyan teachers that we are going to be steadfast in ensuring that we present and talk about the issues we are facing, especially when it comes to our medical insurance cover. We are not going to relent. We are not going to back down. We are going to speak up without any iota of fear when it comes to our medical insurance cover.
Just viva! Moving on, residents of Isulu and Bushangala in Kakamega County have vowed to resist any attempts to evict them from their ancestral land to pave the way for gold mining. They want greater public participation, fair compensation, and protection of their cultural heritage. Take a look.
Kama mtahamisha hawa watu, mnataka waende wapi? Shanta wacha kutumia nguvu. Shanta wacha kutunyanyasa. Shanta atukutaki Ikolomani.
We want to know on what legal basis did the county government purport to concern the mining activity before the executive had even adequately dealt with the matter. If you ask the county governor of Kakamega, has he ever held a meeting with the people of Isulu and Bushangala? No.
We would be the last people to stand in the way of anybody who comes to bring development to Bushangala village. We want Bushangala village to develop. We want investors, we want developers. But if you want to invest in Bushangala village, you must come in a transparent way, in an open way, and tell us what you want. And as a community, we have our leaders, we have our elders. We will also tell you what we want, and we will develop the community together.
St. Aloysius Gonzaga High School in Kibra has been transforming the lives of academically gifted students from underprivileged families by providing quality education for more than 22 years. To date, more than 5,000 students have benefited from scholarships and life skills training, empowering them to build better futures. Despite these achievements, the school management has appealed to stakeholders to support its mission amid declining donor funding, while reaffirming its commitment to maintaining high academic standards. Our reporter Alan Andiva has prepared this special feature. It is often said that education is the most powerful tool for bridging the gap between poverty and prosperity. This statement is exemplified by St. Aloysius Gonzaga Senior School, Kibra.
My name is Beatrice Wairimo Maina, the principal St. Aloysius Gonzaga Secondary School. This school started way back in 2005. We have a population of 250 students and 37 staff members. We are proud of our school, and the reason why we are proud of this school is because of what it does for the society. Our school sponsors students, and most of our students are from Kibera slums. Kibera slums is actually a neighbor to Rangata, where our school is located.
St. Aloysius Gonzaga Secondary School was founded in 2004. It was founded to serve AIDS-affected youth, children from Kibera slum whose parents were dying from the AIDS pandemic. Okay, and our goal, as we have progressed since 2004, has always been to serve the most needy, the poorest, but yet talented students who can really have a great future. So we now say we accept from Kibera AIDS-affected youth and other orphans and vulnerable children to our secondary school. It's a free secondary school.
For the past 22 years, the school has remained steadfast in restoring hope and nurturing academic excellence among bright but financially disadvantaged students in Nairobi. Situated in the heart of Kibra, one of Africa's largest informal settlements, St. Aloysius Gonzaga Senior School was established in response to the growing number of school dropouts, children unable to continue with formal education, and child-headed households resulting from the devastating impact of the HIV and AIDS epidemic.
Our school is a very special school because it offers scholarships to needy and bright students from Kibera slums. We serve students who come from very underprivileged background, and so we ensure that they are on full scholarship to be able to pursue their high school and tertiary education.
Getting these students is not usually very easy because we have so many students who deserve scholarships. They are not able to pay their school fees, and every year we only get a small number. In the previous curriculum, that is the 844 curriculum, we used to get 35 boys and 35 girls. For the grade 10, we are taking 104 students, where 52 are boys, 52 are girls. Getting these students is actually not very easy because there are so many applicants. We get over 500 applicants, and we have only 104 chances. So we start by sensitizing the community around Kibera, because that is our catchment area, to tell them about our school, the kind of students we are looking for. Mostly our target are orphans. Could be partial or total. So once they come here, we give them an application form, they fill the form, and after filling the form, we do shortlisting, another tedious process. After shortlisting, then we do oral interviews. And for the oral interviews, we want to confirm whether whatever they captured on the form is actually the true picture of what there is on the ground.
You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and place it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house.
The school was founded by Reverend Father Terry Charlton, S.J., a Jesuit priest from the United States of America, together with generous benefactors from the United States and Europe. Their vision was to provide quality education to academically gifted students whose families had been directly or indirectly affected by HIV and AIDS. Through their fundraising efforts, they established the school to restore hope and create opportunities for vulnerable young people to pursue their education and realize their full potential.
I did have the privilege of knowing Claire. Claire was a founding member of the board of directors. She was enthusiastic. She and her husband Ron were extraordinarily generous. And every time we met, when a question was raised, she said, I want to make sure that we are always trying to improve the status of girls in our school. She was one of the prime movers behind this construction of the dormitory because she felt that if the girls had a dormitory, they wouldn't be expected to do quite so much as the boys back in their homes. So they are wonderful, wonderful people. I'm sure they'd love to be here today, but they can't. And so I want just to say to you that although you don't often see people, there are people behind the scenes who are doing so very much for you. And Claire and her husband Ron were so generous. She loved her brother dearly. He died sooner than most people would think of having to die, but she dedicated all that generosity to us.
I first came the second year of the school when it was located in a group of simple homes in Lower Down in Kibera. On my second visit, the school had purchased the two-story wooden building nearby, and I visited there twice. And I was actually present here for the dedication of the school on this site several years ago. Now, years later, I have finally been able to return. But in the meantime, as you heard, I serve on a board with Father Dan and many others in the United States to support this school and its mission. And we are happy and proud to do so.
Henry Apiarius, our dear brother, a steadfast gentleman, brave, honest, artistic, loving and joyful, a teacher by example. We celebrate his life and the blessing of his memory. Generous gifts have been made in his honor by family and friends, Claire and Ron Brickler, and the Apiarius family. With God, all things are possible, from Matthew 19:26. Christian Life Community, the international lay organization, the Kenyan branch, is the actual sponsor of the school, and I am considered the co-founder together with Christian Life Community. Christian Life Community follows Ignatian spirituality. Ignatius of Loyola was a great saint in the church. He founded the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus, the congregation to which I belong. Our spirituality is very much about serving the greatest needs in our world of today, the greatest needs to bring Christ to people and people to Christ, and as well to further the work of Jesus in building the reign of God in our midst so that we can all keep moving toward the fullness of his kingdom in heaven.
According to the principal, Madam Beatrice Minor, the school has had a profound and lasting impact on the community since its establishment in the early 2000s. To date, it has enabled more than 5,000 students to complete secondary and tertiary education while also equipping them with essential life skills.
Once we are sure that we have our good list, those who qualify, then we invite them for admission. That process can take close to 2 months. We advertise for the positions through our website. We visit churches, we visit primary schools to sensitize the community about our school. Right now, almost everyone in Kibera is aware of what St. Aloysius does. We have started inviting those who can afford to sponsor themselves, that is, the fee-paying students. And we are inviting them to join us here because we felt that we cannot leave them aside. Though the school targets the ones who have come from poor background or orphans, we feel that we need to also incorporate people from the neighborhood. That is, people from Rangata, people from Rogai, people from Setrite, Kawangware, and even Rangata.
The academic dean, Mr. Daniel Asenje, commends the school's consistent academic excellence and outstanding performance in national examinations.
As commonly known, we have been on an upward trajectory academically amongst the schools in Langata. In fact, every year we manage to get about 60% of our students joining university having attained a mean grade of C+ and above.
He attributes this success to the dedication of both teachers and students, as well as the school's commitment to holistic education.
So we will still be requesting the same. If you have a child who is sitting for their grade 9 this year, they are welcome to come and see what the school has to offer. We are doing STEM and social sciences. Under the STEM, we are offering technical subjects in home science, electricity, building construction, and we have just completed our CB lab.
We fundraise through various means. The first way that we fundraise is through a very special program called the sponsorship program. Our sponsorship program is the anchor program for the school. Every year from time to time, we appeal to donors, well-wishers, and friends and partners to come collaborate and partner with us to be able to support these bright and needy students. You can support us by adopting a child for the 4 years and simply paying very little amount. Or you can also decide to support part of our operations. Maybe you want to pick something on scholastic items like shoes, like pens, like books and writing materials. Or you just want to pick an aspect of the school, an operation expense, and just support it. And over time, we've received good well-wishers from all over the world, especially from America, from Europe, and even from Kenya. And they've been very supportive to this program. We appeal to people of goodwill, especially locally here in Kenya, to come forth and journey with us, be part of this journey, make a change in the lives of these students.
You are here because our loving God has graced you with strength and courage and a great desire to learn. In all the dark places you have walked, you have never been completely alone, but companioned by a compassionate God who believes in you, who walks with you, and who wants you to be women and men for others, just like your faculty and staff. As human beings, we're all invited to learn from our challenges, our difficulties, and our mistakes. And occasionally we hit dead ends or walls we can't climb. And remarkably, in time and through those challenges, we may actually discover a new direction or goal which we couldn't have imagined or conceived, but which reveals who we are to become.
For over 2 decades, St. Aloysius Gonzaga Senior School has remained a beacon of hope in Kibra, demonstrating that quality education can transform lives, break the cycle of poverty, and build a brighter future for individuals, families, and the wider community. Reporting for the Catholic Focus Capuchin TV, I'm Susan Bulemi. Wow, such a wonderful initiative right there that is meant to encourage members of the community and also generally all the students that are able to get access to education. Well, that feature story prepared by Alan and Eva now brings us to the end of today's Catholic Focus News Bulletin. I am Susan Bulemi and our sign language interpreter has been Eric Maluki. And just a reminder, our dear viewer, for you to tune in for the next show, which is Tumshangilie kwa Tenzi, which is coming up right next after this bulletin. Of course, you get to enjoy Catholic music and still get to learn more from your wonderful host. We have Gabriel Muteti, we have DJ Fredox on the mix, and also the wonderful one and only lady Stella Modoni. But until then, I am Susan Bulemi, and keep it locked right here on Capuchin TV.
Keep watching You are watching Capuchin TV. For any complaints, comments, or compliments on our programming, you can either write to us on info@capuchintv.co.ke or you can call us directly on 0717 424 866. Your complaint shall be addressed within 7 days. Remember to keep a copy of your communication with us. Keep watching Capuchin TV, your Catholic identity.